Can you give us an example of size and scale? What do you mean by that? You mentioned something epic.
Well, John actually shared with me earlier this week a photo that I thought was really, really cool of some work that we're actually doing in Asia, that he's overseeing in Asia, which I thought we could share with you guys.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the people in the audience tonight may have heard a rumor about us building some AT-ATs, but we are actually building AT-ATs, full-size AT-ATs.
You're building AT-ATs.
We are, full-size.
Right over here.
Right over. In fact, they may be walking in right now.
Wait. All-terrain, armored, wait, you said two AT-ATs.
AT-ATs.
Plural. You're building more than one?
We are building
look at that.
You know, and I think when these are so massive, when they appear in the films, they're typically done as a digital effect. So nobody's ever thought about doing these full-size practically before. It's been quite a feat, actually, to pull this off completely. And speaking of feet, there's a pair. How about that? You may want to really amazing attention to detail. You know, our partnership with Lucasfilm on this whole project has been so seamless, and we've had access to the filmmakers and Doug Chang and the design team. So the accuracy and the level of detail in these is unprecedented. Tonight we're actually going to take you inside the attraction for the first time and give you a first peek at what these AT-ATs look like.
You want to see it?
So this is not a CG rendering. This is a practical set of these giant AT-AT walkers.
That's a photograph.
Photograph.
Inside the set. Right over there.
Yeah.
No wonder they're so scary.
And you mentioned that those are to scale. That's actually a full-size.
Full-size AT-ATs, yeah. And even though they're not in operation yet, they're a little intimidating to those of us who go into the scene for show installation.
That is amazing. Look at that. Look at the attention to detail there. And that's just taken right underneath.
Well, like we said, if you're going to go inside one of these epic experiences and live a piece of Star Wars, this is what you would expect, right? This is exactly the kind of experience that you would expect to be part of your story. And although we're not going to talk too much about this story tonight, I think you guys are getting a sense that maybe not everything is going to go according to plan.
Wait, so we have to go up against these?
Kind of whether you like it or not.
I can't believe this is happening. I'm ready. You guys ready? So I know that this is our first look inside this, and I know it's still early, but is there anything else you can share about this second epic attraction?
Yeah, actually, we wanted to share tonight that there's another ship in our land. So in addition to the Millennium Falcon that you'll all be able to get on board and take a journey on, we have another ship as part of this experience that's a resistance troop transport. And I think some of you in the audience may have been familiar with this. We released some artwork previously, and if any of you went to the D23 Expo in Anaheim last summer, we actually had a model of that on display. But we haven't said a lot about it. This is an actual physical full-size ship that you'll actually step on board and set off on an adventure of your own.
So just like the Falcon, this is now a second ship in Galaxy's Edge.
It's a busy spaceport there, yes it is.
So but 2 is just the beginning. It's just a spaceport, and then we're going to go out into the galaxy and experience.
Yeah, it's a big galaxy. We've got lots of places to go. I mean, there's more than 2 ships in the land. This is just another one that you actually get to go in and take a journey on.
Wow. I wanted to share a little bit of our production story here. We started obviously with Lucasfilm, again in partnership, and then we worked with our Imagineers in our model shop in Glendale to actually visualize this dimensionally for the first time. Again, this is a brand new ship that was created for this experience. And then of course the model isn't big enough to put all of our guests in. We have to do a full-size version of this. And you can see this is a very recent production shot from Asia that is just unbelievable, epic in scale, beautifully detailed. Really, you might notice a little bit of battle damage. I think it's had kind of a rough life before it landed on Batuu, but really, really beautiful, beautiful ship.
I mean, it's worth mentioning again that, I mean, you're really actually building this stuff 360 for real. It's not just a facade for a film, but that is an actual ship that we get to build.
It's the real deal.
Wow. Oh, that's a nice detail.
There's a detail on one of the cannons.
We're going to need those?
You may.
Well, that is really, really exciting. So you've got, I mean, you're shooting and producing along with the films in the UK. You've got epic pieces being constructed in Asia. I see you smiling over there. Is there anything else you want to share?
Well, you know, we are so excited to reveal a very special character that is joining us in our land. And He actually had a very minor role in the films, but all of you made him into a superstar. And of course, we decided we cannot build this land without bringing a certain character into the story. Do we have any Nien Nunb fans here?
Yeah. Anybody dressed like Nien Nunb? You never know, like it.
So, I don't know how many of you know this, but when they shot Return of the Jedi, there was a graduate student from Kenya who was visiting, and they recorded him in his native language. And so we decided we wanted to find this original voice actor for Nien Nunb. So we traveled all the way to Kenya to record him so that we can have this authentic character in our land. So we're very, very excited about that.
Now, when you say you had to find him, he just was off the radar for a while, like nobody knew
That's
how to
right.
track him down?
You know, he was a graduate student, and he was in the Bay Area when they shot Return of the Jedi, and then fell off the map. And when they shot The Force Awakens, they wanted to bring him back. So Lucasfilm scoured the earth for him and found him in Kenya, where he's from. So we found Kipsang Rotich, and we have a little clip of him in Kenya right here. So we're gonna roll that.
Oh, let's take a look.
My name is Kipsang Rotich. I'm from Baringo County in the Rift Valley. I got a surprise contract by mail telling me that I've been nominated for a voice by Lucasfilm, and I was selected to be the voice of Nien Nunb in Star Wars. That was the beginning. Until now, I got that surprise that I was being wanted again to be a voice of Nien Nunb. My real nephew called me and he said, "Uncle, you know you're wanted in America." He told me to check on the internet. Many people impositing themselves as it is they were Nien Nunb. So there are over 1,000 people who are claiming to be me. It's amazing how Nien Nunb has evolved in the last 30 years. He's become a very famous character. When I think that I'm going to be part of that voice to be played in this new one, it's amazingly unbelievable. And I'm really happy to be that family of Star Wars who are bringing the whole world together and globally to unite humanity.